You read the title of this video, it's pretty obvious. If traditional schools are teaching us and they're claiming that they are providing us the best education ever, I would humbly but straightforwardly like to disagree. And let's agree to disagree because it's 2025 and we still don't have these classes in our curriculum. American education system, what are we doing? Okay, all right, I'm not. A lot of schools are integrating some of these partially in their schools, but it's not the core curriculum. Core curriculum is basically classes that students are required to take. For example, if you're in high school, my high school had 23 credits that we were required to take as part of core curriculum. Otherwise, we are not allowed to graduate. And most of the courses or classes or subjects that are covered in core curriculum are English, literature, science, math, and history or social sciences, right? And nothing is wrong with them. They all have their own purposes. A video coming on it probably in a couple of weeks or next week. I'm talking about if I wanted my students to actually succeed in the sense that core curriculum is core. It's a general curriculum for everyone. And I believe that there are some general skills that schools still are not requiring for students to learn. And here I'm going to list out 3 to 4 courses that I have in mind that should be part of the core curriculum if you want to say that you are giving your students the full education that they need to be successful out there in the real world. Because I know for sure a lot of schools have this one goal. So without further ado, let me just tell you guys what they are. And here I go. Number 1, and you saw this coming. If you have subscribed to my channel or if you have been watching me, you have seen this coming. Financial literacy. Oh my god, financial literacy. And I just don't mean, okay, like basic business management and knowledge of like how the money like works or reading Rich Dad Poor Dad for like a month in class, which is very helpful by the way. But I'm talking about real stuff. I want you to teach me how to file my taxes. Please. I want you to teach me how to like fill out my insurance, my automobile insurance, how to figure out the best one. What is a way that I can get my insurance on a low amount as a teenager? Because they're overcharging for automobile insurance for teenagers just because we're new learners and we're new drivers. And that's valid, the fear is valid, but we're getting ripped off. And tell me why the FDIC actually does not have the money. And this comes from the book called The Creature from the Jekyll Island by, I will list out the author's name because I forgot. But he claimed that the FDIC that guarantees you to have a certain amount of money back in case any bank that you are part of goes bankrupt or you lose your money from the bank. They will cover it. I think it's like $200,000 or something. They don't have that money. Nobody has that money. And I think I might get like a lot of hate for this or a lot of answering for this, but reading that book, and I really, really recommend it. Please read it for financial literacy and just understanding the economic system. But tell me why they don't even have the money and I'm the one who's responsible. Tell me a way to start investing at 18. Why aren't you emphasizing the fact since my freshman year of high school that I need to be prepared and be saving up all of the money that I get for my birthday and for Christmas and for Diwali for my investments when I turned 18? Why aren't you teaching me about high yield savings account? Why aren't you teaching me about CDs? Why am I not learning about this? Excuse me, do you not want me to be financially successful and free as a young woman? And okay, young woman specific, but anyone, seriously, why am I not learning about that? You answer the question. It's 2025, guys. We are thriving for financial freedom. So where is my financial knowledge? Financial literacy has a lot of benefits. You will be more prepared than ever because you have to. One day, adulting means you have to take care of taxes and insurance and filling out forms and going to doctor appointments for your parents or whatever. Like driving your car around for places, and what if something happens? How do you deal with an accident? Do you just hit and run? Because a lot of teenagers do that. They panic and they hit and run. Who's going to teach me that I have to stay there and I cannot move my vehicle for me to get insured for that accident? Who was going to tell me that? It's your responsibility, schools. It's your responsibilities. These tiny things, they are all part of financial literacy and they are all part of the real world. You don't want me to lose out on money just because I panicked and I ran away because I'm not gonna get insured for it now, because a lot of insurance company, as per my knowledge, they don't cover it if you're not exactly at the scene. And that's why it explains why you have so much traffic when there's accidents, because you literally cannot move. And the first thing you have to do is call 911, right? Like, who's going to teach me that? Who's going to tell me that? And for the people who say parents, yes, they're supposed to teach you that. But schools claim that they're providing us all-rounded education that is helpful for us to be successful in the real world, but I don't see this in the curriculum yet. I know, like, I'm a little very passionate about financial literacy because that is partially what I talk about on here, and I'm big on saving and getting rich young, especially because my background is a little tough and difficult financially. So I want to be, and I know a lot of people would relate to this, I want to be the person who has a strong financial background for myself as a young woman in America, or like just like for my family, right? It's like very relieving to have a good financial freedom. I think everyone deserves it. So I think this should be taught. Anyways, number 2, I think schools are doing a pretty good job about it. I think they're being a little more lenient, or like a little more accepting about this. They're integrating this in their core curriculums already, but I still need to emphasize because it's very important. Basic, and I mean basic, digital literacy and AI education. Okay, the reason why I say basic is because the amount of people I know who do not know how to write an email. Some people don't know how to locate a file on Google Docs, and I know it's very like common example, but there are people like that out there, and you have been in school and you have been doing assignments since COVID. So I don't understand the reason why you don't know how to do it. Like, have you been asking someone else for help? Like, have someone else been doing your work? I don't know, but there's a lot of other things. Like, okay, if there's something that goes wrong with your computer, right, what is the first thing you do? Restart. Maybe go to troubleshoot options. I think that should be a basic computer digital like literacy knowledge that everyone should have, regardless if you're into a STEM field or like IT field or not. And this is coming from someone who is not in IT at all, like not interested in, never want to be in that industry at all. Like, it's just not my thing. But I'm still saying, because we are entering a digital world, and whether you like it or not, things are gonna go online. And for that, my love, you're gonna have to know how to work a Zoom call, or how to like manage a team online, what resources to use, how to be the most productive and utilize all of your resources that you get on a laptop to your advantage. I think those kind of things, Excel, Microsoft, and I know a lot of colleges are doing, including mine, are doing an amazing job putting these skills in their required curriculum or syllabus for us students to learn, and I'm really appreciative about it. But high schools still haven't integrated this as like a requirement for everyone, and that's what I mean. Core curriculum, it has to be a core curriculum course. Microsoft Excel, Google Docs, like, I don't know, troubleshooting, whatever. I think it should be a course. And I don't know, we can find different ways of critical thinking lessons, okay? We don't have to do 4 years of math. We can use 1 year. Definitely make space for a core curriculum course teaching us about AI and specific digital basic skills, okay? And why I say AI is because AI is coming, and it could be very dangerous. It's a topic that I would not want to talk deep about because I myself am not really educated on it yet, and I don't feel comfortable talking very detailed about it. But when I was doing my assistantship and I was doing my training for it, we were required to take an AI knowledge course just so we know what to accept and what to not, because AI can sound really human and you can never know, and there are multiple ways you can get hacked, and important information can be stolen from your work life, right? Or like your work laptop or whatever. So I think that is just something basic, like security precautions, or like courses that you should include in your core curriculum, because AI is just advancing every single day that we go, every hour that we pass by. It's improving and it's getting better and better, and I wouldn't be surprised if one day it completely surpasses humans. So like, the least thing you can do is have some knowledge about it, put an effort to have an up-to-date information, or not like up-to-date because it changes every single day, but like at least very recent information about AI, and educate your students. I think it's gonna be beneficial and it could save a lot of lives. Yeah, so that's that on AI and digital literacy. Number 3, and I know this one is something that I never talk about on my channel, because my channel is all about self-growth and career and college, but I think this is really important, especially partially if you're a woman. The third one is automobile, and basic earth skills. Okay, I don't know if this is ever going to happen, but we never expected new viruses to come out and take out like entire generations of people and like everything, right? You never know. But in case tomorrow the earth is not livable or there's radiation that spreads out. I watch a lot of like sci-fi dystopian movies and shows, so bear with me here. But imagine if there's a zombie attack tomorrow. What do? You have very little to no stuff, right? And someone is injured and you are hungry. How are you going to feed yourself? Like, how are you going to survive? How are you going to navigate the world? Basic earth skills, like, okay, you find a tree, recognize the tree. Okay, what is it? Can I make food out of it? And I know this is a very hypothetical situation, zombie attack, like earth not being livable, whatever. But basic earth skills can just help you anywhere. You never know where you might get stuck, what situation you might stumble upon. And even if you're not, right? Really, it's a good idea to have basic knowledge about the herbs and like things that are around you. In case you cannot find medicine, at least you can heal yourself that way. That was a general thing. I know I was like a little broad about it, but it could happen. See, we never expected COVID to happen. It happened. So I would not be surprised if one day we all just turn into zombies. Okay, like I don't, with the knowledge that I have right now, I would not survive a week with zombie attack. Like, I'm not strong. I can be thrown around and I could be like eaten. I cannot stop a zombie. And hypothetically, they're like 10 times stronger than the human. So like, there is no chances. But basic earth skills and like basic survival skills, I think would help you in situations where there's little to no resources around you. And I think it's always good to be prepared. Why should schools include this in their core curriculum? Because hey, if there is a zombie attack tomorrow, and I know this sounds like a joke and everything, but if there is a zombie attack tomorrow, school is a highly populated area. It would spread the fastest at a school or like any like public area. Okay, not only that, imagine like your students are learning basic skills and how to like make fire out of wood, for example, right? It's just helpful because you never know. Life is not predictable. You never know what could happen. And I think it's, what if a child gets lost, God forbid, in a forest? How would it survive until he or she finds a way back, right? Like, anything could happen. So it's not a bad idea, and I'm not saying prepare them for a zombie attack. Like, okay, nobody goes that specific, but hey, teach them like, okay, if there is a new virus comes up, what do? Like, know your herbs, know how to make fire out of the wood, know how to like make food out of the plants, something. You get it. And second part, and this is why I said especially for women, you should learn basic automobile skills. And that is, learn basic car skills like how to change your oil, how to change your tires. And I am still in the process of learning about it. I'm myself not a pro at it. But hey, again, life is unpredictable. You never know when your car or when your vehicle stops working, and it could be a shady area. You want to know some things that could keep you safe and bring you back home safely. Because, yeah, and especially for women, is because men are already interested in it for the most part. Like, the larger portion of like the male population, they are somewhat interested in any vehicle kind of thing. They're interested in cars. They would naturally more likely to learn about it on their own. But for women, most likely you're not interested in stuff like that and you just want to drive your car and be a passenger princess. I understand that. Me too. But even though you have a boyfriend, and even if he's driving around everywhere and he's filling up your gas tank and he's getting your oil changed, it's just good to know how to function those things yourself and how to make it work in case there comes a time where you are in a shady area and your car stops working and it's late at night and there's no way home or no car place nearby. Again, this directly adds up to a person's safety and makes their lives 100% easier. It's just basic life adult skill, and schools should definitely consider making this an important class, a core curriculum class, because you're helping your students out. They're actually learning something and are actually being prepared. Actually being prepared for the real world, because in real world, most people are going to be driving cars. Yeah, I know it's hard to accept that. Anyways, and this is gonna be a long video because I'm so passionate about this. But last but not least, here I come again. My personality just. Number 4, career development. The amount of times I have heard someone say, I don't know what to write in that email. I don't know how to be professional. I don't know the difference between talking to a friend and texting my supervisor. Where is your professional skills? Where is your etiquette, whatever? How do you dress up when you're going to a resume event? Like, what times are you okay to dress up? What combination goes in your dressing sense when it comes to like professional wear? Why is it important? Because it makes you look knowledgeable and prepared, and first impressions are a big thing. How do you pass an interview? How do you go through an interview? Who is going to teach me all that? Like, why am I sitting at my first interview just lost what kind of questions I'm about to be asked? Because who's going to teach me? And of course, you cannot fulfill every student's need all the time, but you can show them that, okay, hey, like just how they teach in the financial literacy classes, they have a small area of like career development where they teach you how to write a resume, what should come first, what is the best way, like I don't know, like what kind of shoes to wear, should you have like long as nails when it comes to professional events, how does it look, what is the difference between business casual and like proper business wear, like who's going to teach me all that? Because I think that's important, right? Like a lot of people will be working corporate. Even if you're self-employed, you're an entrepreneur, you need to know how to win hearts, you need to know how to make a sale, you need to know how to make a small talk. I know we don't like small talk, I hate small talk, but you have to do that, because guess what? You only move forward towards success together. On the top, there's no competition, there's collaboration. And that takes winning hearts, that takes talking to people, and that takes professionalism. And if I were the school system and I actually wanted my students to succeed, one English course year would be 100% about everything. And I'm saying everything related to career development and a little bit of college development too, like helping out with college applications, or like teaching them young what is going to go on with college interviews and like college essays. How do you craft a proper essay? I think all of those things are so important, because you guys emphasize on like going to college, like how it's the pathway to success and everything, right? Like, okay, this is great, but who's gonna show me the way? Who's gonna help me make my transition from high school to college actually easier? And no, you cannot rely on high school counselors, because first of all, they're overworked. Did you know that on average, a high school counselor has 150 students every single year that they need to take care of? 150 students! Guys, they cannot focus on, like, you can physically not do everything for each student. It's overwhelming. You're overworking those people and you're not paying them enough. That is just Instead, invest in a teacher. Like split that thing out. Maybe junior year, or like give an option for sophomore year for the people who are like want to do it early, right? Whatever. But I would definitely make this a core curriculum class, because it's literally the pathway to success. It's literally everything that a student should know in order for them to be successful. And I feel really sorry that it's still not here, and the students in high school right now are so lost. Like all of my friends from high school who are still not graduating, they're still in high school, they're all like, they all tell me like, Eshhh, I don't know how I'm gonna write the essay. I don't know what to write. It's a very broad question and I don't know how to craft it. And then I have this college interview call. I have no idea how to talk to them. Why is the application process so long? What is the best time to put in the application? If I want to do early decisions, what should I do? Is the process any different than top? And I know students are 100% responsible for doing their own research and choosing their own college, but providing that extra support is your responsibility, because you are the one encouraging this generation to go to college and you want your students to succeed. That's your literal goal. You said that. You are stating that. We don't say that. It's a great idea to actually help them succeed during the college application process, and of course teach them basic professional career development skills. I know this video is going to be a little longer again from the couple of past videos, and I also know that this topic was not really related to self-growth. It was more about the college and career development, but it's true, and colleges are already doing a great job making it an open space for their students to express themselves and just learn lessons. But high school, I'm still yet to see the growth, and this does not apply to every high school and does not apply to every college. they're not preparing you for the skills that you actually need to be a successful adult and navigate your life as a person to your family, as a person to yourself, as a person to your relationships, and as a person to your professional life. So, a lot of skills, as I said, like basic earth skills, navigating your own vehicle, and being able to pull yourself out of a dangerous situation because you knew the skills and because you knew how your vehicle worked. And same thing with like AI, knowing what to do and when to do, and being updated on advancing technology that is having a huge effect on your life is all necessary. It's all necessary for people to learn, students to learn, and the earlier you learn it, the better it is. We have to find a way to change the curriculum and put in some classes that actually hold weight for growing adults. That's all I got for now. Take care.